What's going on, and welcome to the Stick Drift Podcast, a podcast for all things cars, racing games, motorsports, and more. Oh my God! There's been a big meteor. Where it's a big meteor episode again.
One meteor.
I'd argue there's been at least 2 or 3 meteors this time around on this episode of the Stick Drift Podcast, which you guys know as the podcast for all things car culture, racing games, and motorsports. Also, boys, head down there, subscribe. We'll get the plugging out of the way. Subscribe to the other channel. Watch the videos through and whatnot. When monetization, we'll do extra stuff and whatnot. But we're chilling in the meantime. I don't know. Recommend the Stick Drift Podcast to a friend.
I would do that personally.
I would. I've done that already. Actually, have I?
What?
I mean, yeah, I have. So you should as well. Obviously, we're on Spotify, on YouTube, so all of the usual podcasting platforms, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if I've touched Apple yet, right? I think you're able to say all of your favorite podcasting platforms, assuming your favorite ones are either YouTube or Spotify. So we are on those. There you go, you know. But we are here this week on the Stick Drift Podcast. We have watched Transformers. Had we done that by last episode? Or had we...
No, we watched it Monday.
Oh, we watched it Monday. Okay, yeah, so this will be the Transformers review as well. A bunch of stuff coming up on the Stick Drift Podcast today, because yes, we got the Transformers review. Got a bunch of new car drops, like some cool stuff, like an Avija X. We got some cooler stuff, like a Fiat. And a new concept for Mercedes to run into the ground with mindlessly bad appearances all the time, and it'll be 2035 and you'll still be hearing about this goddamn Mercedes concept, just like the last damn Mercedes concept, which was spawned in like 2011 or something, that we still see.
This one isn't as bad, to be fair.
Thankfully, but maybe people didn't think the last one was bad when that came around, you know, so
I hope they did.
I do hope they did, yeah. But we got that, and massive Motorfest news. Obviously, last episode of the podcast was a bonus episode. Not really a bonus, a deluxe episode, really. Where we also talked about the new... Well, I specifically, now you're able to as well. We talked about the new Stick Drift podcast... The new Motorfest stuff. We talked about... I was also looking for what episode it was.
New cars coming to Stick Drift? What?
Exactly. No way.
New to Stick Drift cars.
Exactly, yeah. We've got... this is episode 28, so we're 2 off of the episode 30 mark. But, God, I had too much... I forgot to have a coffee before I left for the gym. So I took... I think my mum just came home with them one day. I've got, like 3... Like, they're not like pallets, but they're like the big cases with like, it's like a 4x5 crate of Lucozade alerts, of cherry Lucozade alerts. So whenever I forget to have a coffee, I grab a cherry Lucozade alert with me at the gym.
Those are terrible for your teeth. Like,
okay, yeah.
Pure acid.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But it's only when I forget to have a coffee before I leave, so I need the caffeine, and I guess it's high caffeinated, and it's while I'm doing the gym-ing as well, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
But we can jump.
It's a good flavor though.
It's I prefer cherry Pepsi, but any day of the week.
You don't prefer pure syrup over...
Apparently, yeah, for some reason. But we can begin this episode of the Stick Drift Podcast with, before jumping into all of the media-based car news, we'll jump into a bit of the official car news. Look, so you guys can sound smart to your mates about what's going on in the world of cars.
We have a slow week this week, though.
Also that, yeah, there's that. But also, I may actually know stuff about cars eventually if we keep doing, like, actual real-world car-based stuff.
What?
So, from Car Magazine, the first thing we have is a brand new Fiat, the Fiat 600. It's like the Fiat 500. It's an SUV.
600E.
Is it technically a crossover?
Of course it is. I guarantee you it's based off the 500X platform. Yeah. It's just going to be a 500X with a higher, like, it's more luxurious, I imagine, because bigger number better.
See, that's what I mean as well. Like, I'm learning what a crossover is. I would have just gone SUV and gone on with my daily.
I mean, a crossover is just called an SUV in the UK, essentially.
Well, there you go, right? So, I would have just called this that. But I've seen something a lot cooler, actually, while on Car Magazine. I don't know when and why we missed this, but I found this to describe audio-only listeners.
What is that?
It's the Audi Newman electric rickshaw.
Sure, I'm rickshaw.
Rickshaw?
I mean, it is a car of all time, I guess.
But yes, the Fiat 600. It will include a 10.2...
My internet is going on holiday right now.
10.25-inch infotainment system. That's...
I didn't catch a word of that, but I'll imagine it was interesting. My internet's just on leave again.
We're gonna lose Josh at this point. But, which features similar bits of interior design to the Fiat 500e. I'm curious, is it gonna be electric then? Because...
Yeah, it's the 500, it's the 600e. Of course it's gonna be
it's
electric.
the 600e. I just noticed that.
Because it's efficient.
See, I just looked at the badge and I just thought it was the 600. So there you go. But yeah, you know what? It does look like a Fiat SUV. You know, like it does do that. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But to skim over that, we then next have
no one's buying this. I can
exactly.
say that.
From Autocar, several of France's biggest tech firms have combined to create the Software Republic H1ST Vision concept. It's got a Renault badge on it. It's the H1 H first.
It's one of their concepts there. The Renault Scenic Vision. They're like concept thing, but it's.
Tell you what, Renault's doing some cool stuff.
I wouldn't consider this cool. Go into you can see the interior shot. Go in there. It's got a like button.
Yeah.
It's your first nearest thing. I guess you can like Instagram posts on the go.
Oh yeah, it does. The interior's got 4 screens, which include a like button, a music button, sure. A parking button, so I guess the auto parking or whatever. Monitor. And then if you want to switch off the heart for a second, actually I want to hibernate while I'm here. You can lower your heart rate. Like what? I'm sorry. And these wheels? How long until people look back at these wheels and were like, yeah, this was a mistake? And
I mean, they're already cringe. Like, they already get made fun of.
So what I'm talking about here, for the audio-only listeners, which, by the way, audio-only listeners...
It's got a Tesla model, was it the X? No, the X.
One of them. The
3 Plaid, the Plaid, the yoke steering wheel from the Plaid.
Those ones have the... Yeah, it's got the non-wheel steering wheel. And also, like I was going to say, audio Spotify listeners, there is video on Spotify. I believe, as far as I'm aware, I always upload it with video. I think there is video for the Spotify viewers of the Stick Drift.
I like the nondescript D-pads on the wheel.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I would assume that they're like, they don't do anything. You press them, and then the screen in front of you, you'd have to... A Mercedes. It would be a Mercedes. You don't indicate. You go to the signals menu, and then you go into the indication menu, and then you select which direction you want to indicate.
Doing something. Can I have to go to a sub-menu?
Exactly. Look, I will dog on people who are anti-technology all the time, right? But removing buttons from the car and putting them in a menu is like
it's actually less of a convenience.
Temperature control,
having to adjust temperature via tapping buttons on a screen will always be inferior to just a dial.
And it's not like, look, I could imagine someone who's like 50 complain about this, but we're 20 years old, and I feel like I'm 50 complaining about this. Put them back on the buttons.
In concept, sure, it works.
It's like, whoa, the future.
In production models, no.
Exactly. It's so dumb, man. It's on the level. It's not, but like, it's one step removed from subscription model heated seats, is what it is. It's one step removed from that. But yes, using this Renault concept as a scapegoat to complain.
Why is the rearview mirror just a camera?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, it's not even. It's. What if the rearview mirror's there and it comes up on your dash?
Oh my!
So, if you watch the Stick Drift
They're
podcast...
creating problems that need to be solved just for the sake of selling the solution. Like, it's...
Yeah. If you watch the Stick Drift podcast, we talked about a Polestar a while ago where they were replacing the rear windscreen. Is that what it's called? Rear window? Rear window,
Yeah,
whatever.
rear window. Yeah.
They're replacing that with a camera, and then your rearview mirror is a screen that displays that camera. This one is now your rearview mirror is a camera, and look, we need someone to read. Look, if we had the budget to have, but when we get monetized, if we have the budget to have someone who just provides the information, this article could get read. Because how does that even work? It's a camera for the rearview mirror. What?
I mean, it's just...
It's dumb, is what it is.
It has a built-in wallet, so you could buy stuff on the go.
Yeah. Wait, what does it mean, built-in wallet? What, like a digital wallet?
It's got like an Apple Pay in the car, so you don't have to... You can just buy stuff on the screens.
So, I get... Imagine how legal is it to scroll Amazon while driving, right? Like,
I imagine very, very illegal.
I assume it only lets you do it while parked, but like, imagine
the rear view camera monitors your facial expressions and suggests breathing exercises. Imagine getting told to calm down by your car. Yeah.
Like, oh no, why does my brain jump morbid? And like, what if someone passes away? You're bawling your eyes out in your car, right? You're just sat in your car. I see poor woman or anyone bawling her eyes out in the car, and then just gets a notification. You seem upset. Have you tried taking 3 deep breaths in?
I think it's told by your Renault to take deep breaths. Like,
no.
Just sell the car at that point.
Did you see the Renault about to light up? Like,
maybe that's why it's blue. Maybe it's like a mood ring, but the car's lights up.
Like a little frowny face comes up. Someone's sad.
You'll see all your windows just go black, and you can't see out if you're frustrated. Yeah. That'd be a banger.
You just get like a. Don't worry, this is embarrassing. We've blacked out the windows. Oh, that's brilliant. Actually, no, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it also just doesn't have a rear view camera, by the way. That's that camera's whole purpose.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and it's got the like the side mirrors are there if you can see them.
Yeah,
so they're
it's
on
Honda.
The dash as well.
It's got Honda-y door mirror cameras.
Shocking behavior. That is absolutely shocking behavior.
You can see how dim they are. Like actually.
Yeah. And this is a render. Like
mirror.
you could have at least made them work well in a render. Like, huh? But.
Bad design.
Next from Autocar is the brand new Lotus Evija, which I don't know if you boys would know the Evija. It's the one with the big holes in the back. It was just confirmed from Motorfest a hot minute ago. This one doesn't have headlights or anything. It's what racing spec is this? I wouldn't know.
It's prototype. It's just gonna run solely by itself to try and get the Nürburgring record for an electric car.
Oh, okay. Oh, kind of cool, I guess. Sure. It's got a massive spoiler, like a comically large spoiler.
Well, I mean, it's basically a time attack car. Like it's.
Yeah. It looks like hill climb, right? Is what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
With the beefy splitter as well. It's kind of cool for a racing version. It's cool. I'd take it in Motorfest, right? Hand it over. Give it to me. I like the little one-offs. It's cool. But from there,
only the second edition of the car. Yeah, they haven't actually sold any yet. So.
Yeah. Well, hey, I just realized Revuelto's 2024, and we're not talking about Motorfest just yet. Revuelto's 2024, and it's going to be in Motorfest. It's gonna be another Wait, when does Motorsport come out? Isn't Motorsport like October?
After Motorfest, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that a second world premiere for the? That will be the first mass hands-on with the Revuelto.
Unless Horizon get it first.
Oh yeah, I guess, but they're known for spending 50 years to scan a thing, right? Oh yeah, we can talk about that Motorsport more in depth in the gaming
October
segment as well.
10th of October.
There you go. Yes, so after Motorfest. But speaking of one-off cars, you boys would know a concept Mercedes that we talk about a fair bit. It's incredibly annoying. We see it a lot all over the place. Comes back
it's with the bull
like,
wheels and the blue orbs.
It's got the like moving scales on the back or something. It's probably an asphalt, I would assume.
Yeah, I imagine it is.
But Mercedes, the thinking heads at Mercedes have come up with another. Oh no! You know what I've just thought of, and that's kind of ruined this concept for me. We did say it was kind of alright. It's a handheld vacuum. It's one of those old school handheld vacuums. Yeah. It's like a desk vacuum.
Okay. Yeah, that is. It's even got a little viewport so you can see the dust in it. Like,
yeah. Oh no. So for like I said, for the like I was gonna say, for the audio listeners, it's a handheld vacuum, bright orange, Mercedes badge on the front. The headlights are like not digital, but like pixelated ones within the mouth of the vacuum. What are those seats?
It's got gull-wing doors.
Yeah, it's got gull-wing doors.
Those look very slippery.
I was gonna say, one, they look slippery, but two, why do they look like out of a concept from the 1970s? Like, those seats...
It's based on the 70s concept.
Oh, well, there you go. What's the original
concept? It's based on the C111.
Merc C111.
Which is just a smaller vacuum cleaner.
The C111 or something, right? Oh, you know what? As a revised model, it's cool. I like this kind of stuff. I like the legacy stuff getting renewed kind of look. Sure, it's definitely still a vacuum, and the new one more so compared to the old one. But sure, it's like the old one looks pretty cool. The old one could have passed as an old school Lambo. IMO.
It really does. It looks like one of the... Yeah.
You just take out the massive Mercedes badge, and then, that could have passed as an old school Lambo.
They really wouldn't know as a Mercedes.
Yeah. But, the new version, it's a cool concept. Low slung is from CarWow. Low slung coupe inspired by the C111 concept from the 19th... Did I say 1970s? How was I that? Okay, that was... Oh, sure, yeah, okay.
I mean, I suppose the design's working then.
Yeah.
Huge gull-wing doors.
I love how, because I do this for Stick Drift promotional posts, but like the emoji next to each information point. I love how each one of this is just blushing emoji. It's just blushing
Radical interior design for the blushing emoji.
Exactly, blushing emoji, full width display across the dash.
All new electric motors as opposed to what used.
I was gonna say, we went to the charity shop and picked up some electric motors for this one. But I'm fairly certain, unless there's any more laughing to be done at this Mercedes concept, which besides the vacuum cleaner build, it's better than the other Mercedes concept by a mile.
Yeah. I hope they just start milking this one instead.
Yeah. But I believe that's kind of all the to be skimmed over car news. A bunch of cool stuff.
Spotted Spides.
Yeah, which I guess we'll run through some Spotted while Spotted because we've got a few of those. Then we'll begin the media segments of the Stick Drift podcast. First, we begin with, of course, if you didn't know, Spotted while Spotted segment is where we talk about all the cars that have been currently caught in testing phases, often with patterned or spotted liveries. These are the cars that have been captured while covered in these liveries, hence spotted while spotted. So cars that we may see in like a year or something, or maybe by the end of the year. In the new 2024, like I said, Skoda Superb. Boost up, we catch Capricious? This is from Car Magazine. The Skoda, it's a wagon. It looks like a Skoda wagon.
I mean, it's just a Skoda Superb, but it's slightly curvier, I guess.
I don't hate Skodas. Honestly, I don't hate Skodas.
They come with horrible engine and gearbox options, though.
Oh, do they? I like the electric Skodas though, because they made cool front grills. So I think that
that counts. Yeah.
From Autoblog, we have a spotted. What is the build on this thing? We have a spotted.
It's like a Passat, but it's just
really strangely proportioned.
Like it's like a sedan Golf. Is how I see it. Really, like it's only America gets it, which myself.
But yes, that has been spotted. It's got some goofy things on the rims. I assume maybe for testing or something. And the whole car is absolutely covered, but it's probably just gonna be a Jetta. In slightly more cooler Audi, not Audi, I guess, German? See, the Jetta and the Passat always look like Audis to me from a distance. I don't like it. I'm always getting called out by that. But
I don't know how you managed that one, to be fair. But...
From Autocar, this is a more extreme Audi RS6. Oh, it's a beauty.
Why are the wheels so big?
I'm not gonna lie. Why is it low-rider there? Is it just because it's going around a turn?
It's going around a turn, yeah, going around a bank's turn.
That, Audi wagons are my weakness. They really are. Like,
the wheels are just comically big for some reason.
And I think they look really cool because they are. But you're right. They really are. But I love myself.
Over 621 horsepower. Whoa.
That's a number that means something to me.
Tons, but
well, there you go. I would absolutely buy something like this. This thing is, it is Audi wagons do something to me. I will buy this specific with the spotted livery on it too. I'm gonna buy this one, and I'm having that low tires. I'm having that fitted onto it permanently too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a permanent low-rided Audi wagon. The RS6 is an absolute beauty, though.
It's such a good-looking car.
The Motorfest recently confirmed a bunch of new cars, but a few that aren't confirmed or whatever. Not aren't confirmed, but a few that we haven't seen that people are still begging for. I'm not surprised that the RS6 is one of the ones that people are continuing to beg for, even though we've now gotten the Supra and the whatever and the Revuelto and the Urus and the what's another Charger Red Eye Hellcat, right?
Charger Red Eye Hellcat.
Ugh. But then last spotted while spotted from Autocar is actually a review of the Volkswagen
Tiguan.
Tiguan? Concept. That's a bad name.
Tiguan.
What are they called? For one, they're not barcodes. What are the QR codes? What do they do? What do they do on this?
Probably takes you to Volkswagen's website, I imagine, about the car.
I guess,
but
yeah.
Would you believe this is Volkswagen's best-selling car?
It's an SUV, of course it is. Of course it is.
I imagine it's sold in America because it's not the most popular here. The Golf is still the most popular by far.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, surely the Golf and stuff like that are the more.
But I imagine it's pretty similar in Europe as it is the UK. So I'd imagine the US sales of this heavily bias that.
Yeah, but that's a top 10 Volkswagen issue. What are Volkswagen even doing?
Nothing at all by the looks of it if they're just re-releasing the Tiguan again.
I was gonna say, because I was trying to think, have Volkswagen... Oh, we've talked about Volkswagen doing future cool stuff. They're revamping the Golf for a older gen renewed EV version. And that was cool. E-version, if you will. But from that, we can some more main segments of the Stick Drift podcast. Because there's a lot going on in the car media world. First of all, I wanted to talk about car integration into animated media. A wildly specific header for a segment, now that I talk about it. But a show that I only tangentially am aware of, I think my little siblings used to watch it, called... I don't even know if it's called this. Featuring the characters Ladybug and Cat Noir. This show is kids TV. It looks so much worse.
Take this image seriously. What is this?
From Autocar, kids TV cars characters Ladybug and Cat Noir will drive a fleet of futuristic Volkswagens. This is what Volkswagen is doing.
Yeah.
In their new movie, so it's gonna be like. Oh no! The world's ending! Quick!
The Beetle EV will play a starring role. Is it a main character? What the...
I assume they'll give it a voice, and it'll be like, "Let's go save the world." Yes, I'm your vehicular companion. I don't know. I didn't even know this was a movie.
It's just advertising to children, but children aren't going to buy a Volkswagen that doesn't exist. So.
I don't know. Maybe it's like. I still know of Bumblebee from when I was a kid, I guess. I don't know.
I'll buy a Camaro because of that.
Volkswagen needs all the good press they can get.
Is this good press?
Maybe for once the toddlers of today are 70 years old and are 70. Are 20 and I need a car.
What's that one on the left? It's just an ID4, I'm pretty sure.
I think so. But think, maybe when these toddlers are 20 years old, they're gonna think, I need to drive the car that Cat Noir had, and thus they'll buy the whatever this thing is. And the
has to be an ID4. It has to be. I don't know what the one on the right is. That's a new one.
I love how it's blue-haired woman in like a suit, a cat.
Just end off.
a cat person in a suit, and then just a
Jeff
guy,
Bezos,
just a guy thinking, and then third main character, man wearing clothes thinking in a bright red pants.
He's got the most drip vehicle. So
which one is that? I couldn't.
I don't know.
It.
I don't recognize that one.
It's one of the Volkswagen concepts. But we were at a I forget which one it was. Was it? It was probably the Marvel one. I assume it would be because that lines up, right? We were watching Guardians of the Galaxy, and before that, and it was later on Twitter too. Trailers and whatnot were running. It's been on Twitter as well. What company even was it? Hyundai. Hyundai have been using the new #1 movie in the world currently, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, to advertise their cars. And again, it's the same thing where who looks at that? You know what? Actually, no. Because it's completely different kind of, but it's the same cars with animated characters. It's like Spider-Man Spider-Manning, Miles Morales Spider-Man, he's Spider-Manning, and then Gwen comes up to him, or he's like following some music playing in a Ioniq 5, and he goes up, and it's Gwen, and she's like, hey, hop in, and then, and it's like, hey, buy the Ioniq 5, and there was one other concept there too.
Yeah, they had the Ioniq 6 and the Ioniq 5.
Yeah, but the main difference is, at least they're out, right? At least those are cars you can buy to a degree compared to these.
Yeah.
At least the audience watching Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, like a larger percentage of them are going to be able to own a car compared to this.
What do you mean? The average ladybug enjoyer is buying at least 5 Volkswagens.
But it was odd, is what it was.
Yeah.
It's a thing they do. I don't remember
how long
who
before
it was.
Citroen are advertising in I don't know, the news, I don't know, BBC News, they have to get out of a Citroen before they start talking.
It's Holly Willoughby following a car for music. And it's well, I know I couldn't be Philip Schofield, never mind. I mean, it would be whoever the replacement presenter in ITV is. He's
I
like,
have
hey,
no idea.
Hop in the Ioniq 7 or whatever, right? But it's weird because it's happened a lot. Like back when one of the Spider-Man movies, one of the newer Spider-Mans, one of them, Far From Home, did like Mercedes advertising. I think it was like he's going to apply for a job and then he's stranded. And then his best friend comes and picks him up in a badge showing Mercedes.
I mean, it's been in film for a while. Like The Matrix Reloaded, the Decay was pretty hard advertising, and it's always in like it was Hyundai in one of the Marvel things. I'm pretty sure as well.
Audi's in a lot of that. Marvel went through a phase of Audi, like Civil War. There was chase scenes of Audi
in Iron Man.
Iron Man owned an e-tron in Infinity War.
Infinity War.
He owned an RA in Iron Man, like 3. Audi's had a thing with Marvel for a hot minute now, which, I mean, yeah, I guess it's Sony doing the other one, but cars and media are an interesting thing. But when cars go a bit more in-depth with media,
they're getting a bit more blunt with it. It's just
absolutely.
Car.
I wonder if it's just we're getting too, like, maybe we're getting old. Like, maybe we just notice it more. Like, I remember...
I've never seen so more blatant in my life.
When
they actually made promotional images for the thing.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, a badged car integrated as a character in a non-car movie. That's where, yeah, it's getting a bit blunt. But, places where it is integrated in a car movie, technically?
My internet's just gone off a cliff again.
Oh, well, you're currently frozen. But it might not be that terrible, because Josh wouldn't remember much of Transformers anyway. So, while Josh is frozen and comes back to us, I can talk about Transformers, because that's where cars are more integrated into the movies. We watched Transformers on Monday, and it was... Look, okay, have people been enjoying it? I don't know. I think I watched the Weekly Planet podcast. They reviewed it. We didn't enjoy it. I don't know. It was a bit mind-numbingly okay. Spoilers, minor spoilers if you're gonna watch it, but it's whatever. I mean, actually, yeah, kind of a spoiler coming up right now, but it's just a really funny sentence. You've been warned. A guy wears a Porsche in a minute. At a point. He wears a Porsche, which I found very, very cool. But we see it starts... I'm not going to do the whole breakdown like we did for Fast. It's not that directly a car film. Nowhere near the way the older movies were. They just kind of happen to be cars as well, which... I don't know, even in the older movies, they were just mind-numbing action as well. We see the new characters. The new characters were fine. Only one of them was really fleshed out. The other one was just kind of there and had, like, one plot-relevant conversation and then did nothing else for the movie. And that was so blatantly apparent. Josh isn't even in the call anymore, which is unfortunate. We had segments where the cars were fun. The cars were fine, right? Bumblebee's a Camaro now, and there was a Skyline, which was cool, I guess. The trucks, the usual. Optimus, still a murderous psychopath. Just like, you know... how do I even do this without, like, kind of technically spoiling it? I mean, there's a spoiler, but it's the most obvious non-spoiler in the world. We see stuff happen, but then it's like, in the end, it, like, you know, doesn't matter in the end, because it's like, something happens, and you're like, oh, they did that? Yeah, that's not gonna matter by the end of the film. We continue to see that it didn't end up mattering, but what I'm trying to say is Optimus Prime, a murderous psychopath the entire film. He's just at the bad guy of the movie, constantly going, I'll rip your head off. I will murder you. And it gets exhausting. But as far as car films go, meh. As far as...
internet just died. Like,
yeah,
died.
I could
Glide in your server and that was it.
But I explained most of Transformers, but you can reiterate the points of the movie was kind of just meh as a movie.
What, Transformers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tragic.
The cars were, like, kind of fine, I guess. I mean, kind of. But the,
It was just so mid.
Yeah. Optimus was murderous the entire film. The film felt kind of pointless. The action wasn't cool till the end. The plot descriptions didn't make much sense because they didn't bother fleshing any of it out. Only one of the two characters were fleshed out to any degree. The random going into places where the CGI would be cheaper was very apparent. The effects to the later world were obvious. Things were at the start, like, the way Optimus was about a certain thing. You're like, oh, so something's gonna happen that makes him character progress to realize he shouldn't be like that. And then a thing happens at the start, and you're like, oh, so this thing is gonna get resolved by the final fight scene, you know?
It was just a very predictably, easily written, boring film.
What's really shameful is we actively enjoyed we actively enjoyed
Fast X.
Fast X more than that. We burst out laughing at a point in Fast X, like uncontrollable. Not
Fast
burst
X
out,
was
but
funny bad.
it actually was. Like, I was almost convinced Fast X wasn't funny bad, but that's because I had no frame of reference. Transformers was a movie that
Rise
wasn't
of the
funny
Beast
bad.
is bad.
Look,
It is.
if you're taking your kids to go see it,
It's
sure.
the second film, but worse around.
Yeah. But Necrophile or whatever the planet's name was is the main villain, and he like does the big angry. The animal transformers, not really a spoiler. They transform once. They're just animals for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
You know what really sucks is they're plagued by the goofy nature of the source material, right? The animals, they don't explain why they're Earth-like animals. They don't explain the time frame. They sort of vaguely mention that the animals were both in the past and in the far future, but don't bother explaining.
That was it. That was the explanation.
It was just... Like, they don't explain why they're there. They don't explain when they were there. They don't explain why they look like Earth animals. They don't explain why one of them is called Air Razor. It's a bird, a razor, Air Razor. And it has knives for wings. They can't escape the goofy nature of the Transformers source material is the issue. And it's so funny to watch them try to. Like...
Yeah.
But it's
if you've seen the second film, don't bother.
It's cool that they're designed interestingly. I mean, the next one's animated.
They're not even designed interestingly. I got the Cybertron fight scene from Bumblebee recommended to me on TikTok.
It's much better.
Much. That single scene is better than the entire Rise of the Beast film.
No, I watched the Weekly Planet podcast review, and they were like, no, but the best Transformers movie is definitely the opening scene of Bumblebee. Like, it's wild how much.
It's insane we haven't got a film based off the war, but
apparently the animated one is finally supposed to be, so I guess the CGI, the budget, is why we haven't yet, I guess. Which kind of makes sense, sure, but that's not the only big car media. Oh wait, let me actually see what the reviews were like for that. I need to talk about this. I'm so annoyed that I haven't brought this up earlier in this segment. So there's a scene where Mirage, he seems to be the only one who switches between vehicles, right? The rest of them are stuck with kind of technically whatever they became. But Mirage switches from car to car, or he's a garbage truck at one point, or he's he's someone, I already technically kind of spoiled this, someone wears him at a point. But,
think how dense that, like, how much that suit would have weighed. Because, like, he was, for the full-size version of him became that suit. That must have weighed a lot.
Mirage, I love how, at one point he becomes, like, an F1-style car, which apparently that was his, like, original version. Like, that was Mirage from the classic stuff. He becomes a Countach, and... I love it. So there's a bit where he's, like, showing off, right? He's like, hey, so look, I can become all of these cars for, like, a specific plot point. And he becomes a Countach. And then it switches. So it goes, Countach, switches back to person he's talking to, doesn't switch back, Ferrari, then switches back, and he's already an F1 car. Did you notice that? Where he became 3 vehicles, right? Countach, Ferrari, F1 car. When it was Ferrari... You don't see it on screen for even a second. Like, it was when... I'll vaguely spoil it, right? He's like, hey, you're gonna help us, so we...
I remember watching this scene, yeah. I remember him becoming an F1 car, that's about it.
Yeah, he goes, you know, you could sell me as a Countach, pans away, Ferrari, pans back, or this F1 car.
I wasn't really listening, to be fair.
I saw that.
I was done by that point in the film, already.
That was like 20 minutes
It was
in.
like the first 20 minutes, yeah.
But I found that very, very hilarious. I found that very, very funny. And I wonder how that went. Like, did he become a Ferrari? Did Ferrari then say no? Did they, like, just want to say the name Ferrari but didn't have it on screen? Like, I'm really curious what happened there.
I'd assume they had it made, but Ferrari said no last minute or something. And
Yeah,
that's
because I'm gonna
just
say,
cut away.
have we ever seen a Ferrari in Transformers before? Like, I can't say we have.
I can't remember too far back.
Have we seen a Lamborghini for that matter? I'm looking at Ferrari Transformers and they're all concept, so no. Ferrari, as far as I can see at least. Unless I'm lying? Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I can't tell.
Was it like a 458 one at one point?
I'm looking at a 458, but like I don't see a transformed version anywhere. Unless it's
It's
this
the
guy?
one that traps the guy, isn't it? In 3?
It looks like it's one of the bad ones, because actually no, it's
Yeah.
one of the ones with the NASCARs with the bulked up like missiles and stuff. But maybe we've had Transformer Ferraris, I guess. But it was weird for Ferrari to be like, no. What do you mean he becomes a Ferrari? No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, we've had Lambos. We've had Reventon. Oh, is that the face cannon guy? The guy with the face cannon was a Reventon. The guy with the and just the face missile. And the one with the yellow trimming. That Lamborghini as well. But don't watch the movie. Watch them. Don't. Who's to say?
I would recommend you don't, but make up your own mind.
If you're a father or a mother, the kids would probably enjoy it just to get lost in their imagination with the Transformers.
Optimus Prime ripped someone's spine out at one point. So.
It's a movie you can show to your children without like a borderline psychopath in Sandwich Wiki and like constant just look woman. Oh, look, woman.
I forgot they did that in the first one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had like Megan Fox one. It was
Yeah. So if you want one,
was
you
an entire
can.
plot point.
Yeah. If your kid's like not a teenager yet, show them Bumblebee or this one. So like yeah. But from that, the much bigger car media news this week. Can I say that? No, it isn't. It isn't. Transformers is still like a very high-grossing film. Motorfest got biggings. The full reveal for Motorfest happened, including the previews. I can now say, in front of Josh, Motorfest, the Supra's in Motorfest. Whoa!
What?
And for those who don't play the Crew 2, this is going to be a bit confusing.
It's in Motorfest. What?
But, I have compiled a full list of all new brands to the Crew Motorfest. It's a total of... I'm not counting all of those. I should have done it beforehand. We've got cars like the Audi R8 V10 Spider, BMW M4 Competition Coupe, the Bugatti Bolide, the Chance Vought Corsair plane, stuff like Chevy Chevelle F8 Tributo Ferrari, the SF90 Stradale, Broncos, Hummer EV, a newer Civic, older NSX, more relevant stuff. The Lamborghini's gotten a lot of love here. A Senza SC, the Snapchat V12, the Lamborghini Revuelto, the Lamborghini Sian Roadster. By the way, Revuelto's 2024. That's wild that they've gotten that.
Yeah.
The Trezzo Malineo, the Urus, we've got the Lotus Evija, the Senna GTR, Taycan Turbo S, the Red Bull RB18, so the Red Bull partnership is still well and intact, the Renault Trezor concept, the Rimac Navira, which is 2023, or might have been 2024, but I think it was 2023, the Shelby Cobra, 5 Supras in the A80, the A80 Ryujin edition, which is a Highcade style customized. I don't know what Highcade is though.
Who knows at this point?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, Ivory Tower knows.
I don't know if they know. People in the comments have just been like, "Is that the Highcade Supra?" And then people in the replies have been like, no, but like looks like it." The Toyota Supra GR, the 2021, that same vehicle in drift, and that same vehicle with a Liberty Walk body kit. And I'll just say, right, because I can actually talk about this now, again, publicly, The game is such an improvement on the Crew 2 in so many aspects.
I don't think I can talk about it, can I? No.
No, you can't.
I'm not allowed an opinion.
No, other than the stuff you've watched in a previews, you cannot. But
I haven't watched a preview.
Your GCSE drama skills you can.
When the F-18 blew up the USA and then all these nukes came across, it was wild.
Exactly. See how believable that was, right? Like
that was real, chat. Real.
Better than any acting in Transformers. Well played.
Wait.
Actually, no, the acting was fine. It was just the script that was bad.
It was just the script. I could write a better script than that, to be fair.
But you can agree with statements I make because I'm surprisingly right.
I agree with everything Sid says here on forward.
I'm like, look, I'm self-taught in most all I do, right? I'm decently well media trained when it comes to navigating an NDA, which is kind of cool. I've somehow picked up that
Apart
skill.
from that one time when you streamed with the 720S.
720S? It wasn't the 720. Do you mean when I accidentally said Oh, that was a mix-up. The McLaren Senna was a big old mix-up. Technically not NDA either because it's in the game, so not NDA, etc., whatever. But I did accidentally say the Nomad once.
Yeah.
But that was just like a straight-up slip-up, and it was like 2 days before it came out. But yeah, so it is such an improvement to the Crew 2 in some major aspects. And I'll say these major aspects one by one, because I made a short about it, and that short's doing pretty well as well, actually. The first one was the physics. The physics of Motorfest are so good. This one you cannot speak
in your
on.
Gameplay that you showed,
the physics
they looked better.
Like, they actually, from what I played, they actually turn like cars. They actually feel nice compared to the Crew 2's. You can describe the Crew 2's physics. Go-karts, right? Like, just, I think what you used to say was unlimited downforce. Or, like,
yeah.
It's weird, because if you got used to the Crew 2's physics, sure, they were fine, but they weren't good physics, right? But, like, they were fine. They did what they did, I guess. But they were bad physics. Like, no question about that. They were not car physics. This time around, they handle like cars. They understand. You actually have to brake for a turn to a reasonable degree. On top of that, the next thing that I brought up, you know what, I'll just listen to myself talking about this as well. After having played the Crew Motorfest, what are some of the things that I think have been greatly improved on? One has to be the physics. The physics are... There you go, the physics. The physics then I talk about the wheel rotation. The wheel rotation is a lot improved on. The wheel rotation is incredibly improved on. Like, in the Crew 2, one of the things it's notorious for being bad with is the fact that you move your wheel like 2 goddamn % wheel rotation in the game when turning like full to the right or full to the left. The wheel will turn, what is it, 90 or 180? I don't know what people call it.
I think it had like 100. Like, it had a weird amount before. It wasn't quite. It wasn't.
Wheel rotation numbers, don't they? Isn't it not how much it goes from the center? Isn't it how much it goes from one full rotation to the other full rotation?
Yeah.
So yeah, 180. So it had 180 wheel rotation before. Now, if you actually turn a fair bit, it will turn all the way, and then you will actually have an animation where it pulls the wheel again to over rotate. Right?
It looks quite cool.
Yeah.
In your footage.
And again, it also changes based on. When you're in a faster car, it goes less, right? Because you're not gonna double goddamn triple rotate your wheel when you're going like 260 miles an hour. I don't know if your car would let you do that. Maybe it would. Who knows? Actually, I don't drive.
You could. I don't know where you'd be going. You'd be going somewhere like 90 degrees, but
into the opposite end of the dual carriageway is probably where you'd be going, I imagine.
That might be where you want to go.
Maybe. The next improved thing. The graphics are insane. Oh, the graphics are a no question. The graphics are a absolute no question. Like, they are, like, off-road
looked like such an improvement. Yeah, especially off-road with the lighting. It looks so good.
I think off-road is a combination of the lighting. The cars are big and beefy, so more surface area of them to look good. Like the Revuelto, really big and wide car. That one looks really good as well. But that and like the grass, you can tell, is so much better than the Crew 2.
Well, it's not a 2D image, right?
It's not just two 2D images like the video game way of doing it, like the PlayStation 2 game. The grass, the trees, nature, lighting, everything combined, and the like slightly slidey nature of off-road cars. Off-road footage just looks like it looks so good. Revuelto driving is impeccably good. I just like the graphics are unparalleled. But I will say, no mirrors in 2023 is incredibly unfortunate.
It's insane. It's such a... The engine can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Like, from your gameplay, the cars have good reflections on the body.
Well,
why not?
Screen space is the issue, I assume, is what that is. Or screen-based, or whatever that word is.
Surely, they've had, 5 years to whip up some code.
Is 4K double 1080? How much is 4K relative to 1080?
I mean, you can do maths.
I don't know.
It's 920 by 1080, and then you get a number, and then you could do...
Oh, yeah, I'll do that much maths.
1440p is 73% more than 1080. Because, maths.
Yeah.
And then 4K, I think it's another 73% on top of 1440.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you add those two together, you get...
Hear me out, though, right?
100 and something.
The reason I say that, right, is if you play the game in 1080, and the game is capable of being ran at 4K, how hard can it be to render reflections? If you can already render up to twice the size on one screen, how hard can it be to render the reflection and then put that on the same screen if you're playing at half the resolution? Right? I think from a gaming standpoint that would make sense. I can't see reflections be a thing they don't, what's it called? Update throughout the lifespan of the game.
They have to.
If the game runs 5 years, like the Crew 1 and 2, right? They've confirmed long-term updates. But if the game runs 5 years, there's no way they cannot at some point update the reflections, or no reflections in 2028 is
That would be unbearable. That would they have to know they're gonna get ridiculed for that unreleased.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't like that. That's made me
it's gonna be all over Twitter.
Yeah. But you know what that's made me think of again, which is kind of depressing. 1, we were 15 when the Crew 2 came out. 2, if the Crew 3 runs 5 years, we'll be 25. We'll be halfway through our 20s by the time of Crew 4 or whatever. That's depressing. We were 15 when the Crew 2 came out, and now we're getting old. Now we're complaining about buttons not being in the...
Still don't have working mirrors in the Motorfest.
If we're 25 years old and there isn't mirrors in the Crew Motorfest...
Yeah, that's the measure. It's just... Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, no one will look at, it's 2028. They'll be like, Sid and Josh are 25 and there's not mirrors in the Crew Motorfest? Come on now, Ivory Tower. The next compared to the...
No, it was under, yeah, so carry on.
Crew 2, the graphics are... They don't even compare. The game... yes, I give an honorable mention to the car licenses. The car licenses, like the Supra, again, when Supra made its disappearance from racing games back in... I don't remember when, staying in only Gran Turismo, then it came back in Forza Horizon 4 halfway through, made its, it was in Forza Horizon 5 from launch, and then finally, we got the Toyota Supra in the Crew Motorfest. Not only that, but it's the cover car. There's some other cooler licenses that are older, like the Honda NSX 1992. What else is a cool one here that's old?
Was the first gen NSX not in Motorfest?
What do you mean? Do you mean the Crew 2? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. We just have the the generic YouTuber sports car NSX. Obviously we've got a quad bike in the game now as well. Red Bull RB18.
I imagine there'll be more than one. They're not just gonna have one quad bike.
One quad bike is because you'd think if there's quad bikes there'd be quad bike races. If there's only one quad bike, it's a very weird way of going about an entire new discipline of racing. Old rumored Crew 2 licenses like the WR1, the Corsair, Chance Vought. Older ones like the Supra, of course, but some of the cooler ones are some of the newer licenses. I'll run through anything 2020 and newer, right? So, Audi R8 V10 Spider, the BMW M4 Competition, the Bolide is wild. Chevrolet Chevelle is also old, I guess. The F8 Tributo Ferrari, SF90 is 2022. Bronco, obviously, that's very new. The Hummer EV is only 2022 as well. 2021 Civic, which it's not the newest Civic.
It's not the new one,
The new one's so good. But the Rimac Navera, 2023. But back from the future in the Crew franchise, as the cover car alongside the Supra is the Lamborghini Revuelto. The car only revealed 2 months ago, not to be released till 2024, is a cover car in Motorfest. And
that's kind of cool.
That's actually, I reckon this will establish it as a mainstream game.
There's not any bias here at all, by the way.
I mean, it has to. I mean, come on, Yeah, Top Gear will play, as you know, Top Gear don't have to. Grand Tour will play Motorfest, okay? It will be a mainstream game.
100% zero bias.
It needs to be a mainstream game. The Toyota Tacoma is 2022 as well, I guess.
Yes, you have to pre-order the game now.
The Toyota Tacoma, woo! Let's go! And of course the Subaru Liberty Walk is a pre-order bonus. Speaking of pre-orders, but Motorfest has seen some cool stuff. It's got a big thing. Oh, and there was one more thing that I talk about in this short. The Supra, sure, but the Revuelto was revealed only 2 months ago. I mean, it'll be playing in the podcast. The engine sounds. The engine sounds. The engine compared to the Crew 2, because of course this is from the perspective of everything better than the Crew 2. The engine sounds it doesn't even compare. It's from being like every engine sound in the Crew 2.
I mean, there's less than 50 unique engine sounds in the Crew 2.
Yeah.
There's 500 vehicles, if that tells you anything.
I remember every time they add a new bike, I just wait for you to complain about the engine sound.
Yeah. There's 4 bike engine sounds in the files. 4.
Of course, the rest of the Motorfest, I don't know if it's real world recorded sounds or what it is, but they are so much better. They are so much better. I'll play some engine sounds now for the audio list and for the video view. I mean, unless the video viewers are close their ears,
closer.
Oh, that. Oh. Check out more Motorfest content on the channel. After having played the Crew on the channel, but yes,
do that.
But they're so much better. They're masked there with a bit of the race background music, which is unfortunate, but they're so nice. Don Juan Song has uploaded ones which are just the no gameplay music, just raw gameplay with just the raw engine sounds. They're so much nicer. The Revuelto, the JDM cars, all of them are so wildly improved, and it's so nice. Motorfest is out in September 14th, which is now publicly confirmed as well. It's got full game thing transfer. It's got full collection import. That's what
Garage.
they've called it. That's the one.
Collection import.
And we're gonna have to see what info we see with the open beta. That is the 21st. It's a 2-day open beta. No, sorry, closed beta. But the 21st for 2 days. That's gonna be interesting. I am definitely going to be on for 48 hours straight those 2 days. But
every video possible is going to be recorded.
Yep. But from that, we'll go into the gaming segment. But we're not going to record that today. We'll record that tomorrow. So yeah, a Stick Drift podcast from tomorrow. More like cringe. More like you two are cringe. Imagine filming this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me. I'm filming this today. That's you two about to come on screen filming this tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I mean, those insults from from us yesterday. Well, from me specifically, I was just having out yesterday. That was outrageous. I would argue that the people filming yesterday, they were the real cringe ones, honestly.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Well, then again, they were filming in the afternoon, and it's 11:25 for us right now, so maybe they were better off, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
The gaming segment as well as the motorsports segment. So, the final segment of the Stick Drift podcast, where we talk about everything going on in the world of racing games, mostly the arcade side, as well as everything going on in motorsports. There was good reason to wait till today to film this segment of the podcast because there was a race yesterday. Something to do with... I don't remember. I remember I was gonna tweet. I had a tweet idea that was like, Motorfest is being delayed for 5 days for unsportsmanlike behavior, but I didn't. I was like, people might take it seriously, but we'll get on to that, I guess. First, in the world of racing games, we have seen the Crew obviously reveal Motorfest. I won't talk too much on that because we've already talked about that a lot. We've seen in the world of other racing games, basically all three of the main three franchises got updates. The Crew got the Crew Motorfest. Need for Speed announced their Volume 3, which I think was bad. I've
heard nothing good about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard someone defend it, but that defense kind of just made me realize, you know what? I know nothing about it, really. It was a new speed pass, what I'm looking at right now. We've got, the DeLorean. Isn't it? I think it's like 3 cars, and one's the DeLorean, which is actually new, and then the other ones
the
are like...
The 2 others are body kits, I'm pretty sure, on existing cars.
One's like an outrageous body kit, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
One of
it's
them
on the
was
Viper, or I don't know what it's on, but...
Yeah, it was on something, and it was just outrageous looking. Oh, here's the actual thing of it. We've got the DeLorean. God, it's 1:50. Outrageous. DeLorean, police chasing... crash challenges together. Something about Drift finally being in PvP. And you know the Travis Scott events?
In Fortnite?
Sorry, not the Travis Scott events. The A$AP Rocky events.
Yeah.
Those, I think you can do in a Crew now. We got, the Viper. Doesn't look very Vipered. I think it's an RX-7 with that wild kit on it. I see a Mustang, Volvos.
It just seems like such a nothing update for the months I've spent on it.
Again, I might be wrong. As far as I heard, the only new thing is the DeLorean. Is what I actually heard was.
That is 3 months worth of content.
Yeah. Like the thing is obviously we've had him on the podcast before. What's outrageous is that we had this and Motorfest. And the parallels between those two actually got Craptastic Jack to say, yeah, I'm really hyped for Motorfest. What was that shoddy Need for Speed update? Like 3 months for a car. They're not doing enough. Look, they're making the little changes, which are probably needed, right? I don't know, maybe 50 people wanted to play the crash challenges with other people.
No, that's too high of a number.
I went on the game the other day, actually. I just couldn't get the physics to work. That's a skill issue is what that is. I just couldn't, I was trying to drive, and I was like, how do I turn again? How do I drift? But that was not enjoyable, is what that was. But it's shoddy. It's shoddy. They need to do like a big thing, a themed update, right? Forza does themed update. Crew does themed updates. Both of those, right? The Crew definitely better off for long-term updates, but both of those are doing well long-term.
Yeah. Forces are bad, but they're not bad as Need for Speed.
Yeah, like we can complain about like the Crew's updates being half-baked, but they're still the most consistent long-term.
They're the most baked of all of them. So.
Yeah, right. Like there'll actually be the new game modes. It'll be
Crews
the new
are undercooked, Forces are raw, and Need for Speeds are still frozen. So.
At least Forza's map expansions are done to a degree, at least I guess. Like it's like that's where Forza shines.
The rest of the content's lacking.
Yeah, but then Need for Speed, it's just like I still stand by, if I wasn't doing YouTube right here or when Need for Speed came out, I would have bought it and enjoyed the game. It's just that like now that I don't play games in my spare time really at all, I just sort of don't. I don't want to play Unbound. I don't want to move it into the main of my stuff that I play. Like, especially not right now. I don't know when this comes out, but, like, I don't have the time to play this.
Yep.
There we go. It's the patch notes. So, we got quality of life improvements. I'm mostly going to skim over these. Campaign, fixed an issue, oh my god, all of these are fixed an issue. Okay. Client, performance, cops, fixed an issue. Okay, yep, many issues. General fixes and improvements. What were the last ones then? Map and world, fixed an what's added? Please. These are all fixed an issue.
There's not much added at all. There's like 3 cars and a few changes to different modes and different areas. It's not...
I guess, yeah. Link up, rank up, volume 3. Here we are. Earn top of some XP and bank. You crush 12 link up challenges, whatever. I still like looking at this. I still like the visuals of the game. It's got no right looking as good as it does. It's the theme. I still back that the cartoon theme was fine. Like it was fine. It was a good gimmick.
The gameplay was more of an issue.
Yeah. Like people that were like, "Oh my god, I don't want to play because anime or whatever." That was never the issue really.
You can't play 'cause there's nothing to play on it. So drive around.
It was a RoboJet swag pack. Mazda RX-7. Yeah, it's a Mazda RX-7 is this. It looks like it's glitching from like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Like what is going on here?
See, it's not even free. You have to buy it.
Oh, do you? As in like...
Well, it's a swag pack. I assume you don't get it for free.
Oh, it's a pack. Well, see, what? So I assume they could buy the DeLorean though. Because wasn't Volume 2? Wasn't that just like wasn't that? I don't remember. Volume 2 was like
not
2 cars and 1 was EA Play, right?
Yeah.
I remember when this obviously first got announced. Black Panther put like, okay, this is more than I expected. It's quite sad, actually. Need for Speed put W then, which is just like,
yeah.
No. I want the game to be good. I want it to compete. Like the Crew's clearly going for. Like,
EA just can't. Something about the way they do stuff just doesn't allow them to get up like good content updates. Like Apex has the same problem. You get an update once every 4 months, and it's a new character if they feel like it.
Yeah.
It's not even a guaranteed new character anymore, I don't think, which is wild. It's just you get a new battle pass.
Yep. The base game is there. It's just like Crew's going for Forza's absolute throat right now. Like the healthy competition would be amazing if Need for Speed was on.
Need for Speed's going for its own throat at this, right?
It's I don't know. Like the base of the game is there. It's just I don't get it. What do you want to reckon they're working on the next Need for Speed? Like, what do you want to guarantee that they are working on the next one at this point?
Yeah.
Like,
it's just going to be Unbound, but it's going to have a different skin on it.
Yeah, exactly. It'll have a different like visual theme. It'll have like a different. It's. I liked Unbound. I had so much hope for the game, so much faith. It's disappointing. It's disappointing.
Online was tragic.
Yeah, but I don't even think that. Oh no, there's like drift events there now, and then there's cops in online. Woo, yay! But the next thing in the major three, of course, Crew did Motorfest, which we talked about in depth, and then we also got this from Unbound. But Forza Horizon, not Forza Horizon, Forza have announced the release date and I believe shown stuff for
During
Forza.
gameplay of Motorsport, and everyone is clowning on it. So.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I'm not in this at all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna find it now, but
Hi guys.
yeah,
Forza
images,
Motorsport.
especially the 400Z. It looks so plastic compared
400Z,
to
is that the Nissan Z? Is that
Yeah.
what that is?
the new one.
5
It just
days
looks so
before- yeah. Whoa.
plastic
everyone.
in extra gameplay.
I won't put
It's
it on
like
screen
everything's
just in case.
studio lit all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay, yeah.
It just doesn't look real. It's
Oh, I see the 400Z. I think I saw the race of it. What, as in, like, in the gameplay, it's everything studio lit looking.
when it's in the pits. Oh my god.
It does look plasticky. Wait, what? Wait.
Yeah.
This is the same. Why does
This is the new engine, new game engine, by the way, built from the ground up.
Why does it look so much worse than Horizon? Like, Horizon's a really
yeah.
good-looking game. This
Yeah.
looks...
Like it's actually
so-
a downgrade.
Didn't they show, like... Oh, was it probably in-engine or whatever they showed before? Because they showed something before.
Yeah, it was in engine.
I was going to say, yeah, but, like, why does it look so... I'll put it on screen, I suppose. I don't understand why it looks so plasticky.
The lighting's just so off.
Yeah. Oh, that's... Oh, what is this? Okay, someone can't make around a turn. It just... Why is it, like, such a massive downgrade? Horizon
Yeah.
looks... Oh, no! What if the next Horizon looks like this?
Yeah, I assume it's just because it's the first game on the new engine and it's like teething problems. But
Yeah, we can hold.
considering this game's been in development for as long as it has and it looks like this.
These are the pits, so... I mean, I'd argue, like, looking close up at the model, it looks a bit better in the pits, but, whoa, what was that camera
The
shake?
model's
That was-
fine. The model's fine.
Which they always were to be, right? Like, they
Yeah.
They laser
wasn't-
scan, perfect, 4K scans or whatever. Engine sounds are probably going to be really good, I assume, still. Oh, whoa, why is that bad? Like, what's the blurring? I don't... What? It's weird. Why is Forza Horizon's a good game? Oh no. If Horizon's like 2024, right? What if
Yeah.
it looks bad? Like, surely they need... Oh no. Also, if Horizon isn't 2024, what are they going to do in the meantime is the thing though. Like, in Horizon 5, they're still consistent with it, to be fair. They are absolutely consistent with it. But like...
Here, I found the images I was comparing it to.
Okay.
It's in your server main chat. I'll just reply to it with a dot.
I've
I've replied to the actual real image of the car.
yeah.
But like, look at where was this taking me? It's taking me to the wrong spot.
And which one's Horizon? The scan in GT7? I was going to say the GT7 scan looks...
The one I actually replied to, where it says not quite the same angle, but it's just different. That's the real car, right?
Yeah, oh, and then I
like,
see...
4 messages above, you've got the Forza
Yeah.
model. Like, it just doesn't look right.
It looks really plastic. It does. Like,
yeah,
that's what it is.
It looks like a
doesn't look-
toy. It doesn't...
Yeah.
Like, you can see the lighting on the grill. Like, the grill's just a lot more darker in Horizon
Yeah.
Motorsport. And, like, there's studio lighting, like, shining into the grill so you can see the radiator and all that.
The radiator
It just-
being really weirdly lit is
And,
odd. Like,
The
it's...
tires being, like, the same, like... The wheels, the tires, and the grill being, like, the same flat-ish material. When you look at the real car, they're all, like... The grills are matte. The wheels
Yeah,
are shiny,
the-
where the tires are sort of a
Rubber,
satin
you
sort
can
of
see,
finish.
but yeah. Like,
It's just not...
oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, there's the same polish on every compound there.
Yeah,
like, it's
anything
just...
that isn't the body is
Yeah.
the exact same finish.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Oh no. And again, it's like, what else would they do in Horizon? They'd have to do another like a third map expansion if they didn't release the Horizon 6 in 2024, I reckon. But like,
Like, the paint's too shiny, and everything else is too flat.
I was gonna say, like, the paint on the Z there, I can see it's like it's a bit anodized or whatever that word is.
It's like a satin. It's closer to satin than metallic, but it's But like,
that's weird, man. That's weird. Why make a game bad? Actually, no, I'm sure the game will be fine. To be fair, I'm sure the gameplay will be fine. As only a graphical breakdown, yeah, it looks odd, but like I don't know. Like this specific shot here is fine. It's
21's a 2024 game, not a 2020 game.
Oh, is this? No, it's 2023. I'll have you know, it's
You're saying this ain't gonna get delayed with the backlash it's getting.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Forza affirms it. I don't know what Forza do in the face of backlash, right? Didn't they talk about like a big ol' like improvements and stuff and like weathers and stuff and something? It's got dynamic weather, which is a feature a lot of games have had for about a decade. Am I going crazy, or the environment is absolutely terrible? Like, am I going, like, look at I don't know if you can see it there. This is 4K gameplay, by the way, so it's going to look much worse at 1080p. It's 4K, but, like, why is that environment so terrible? Like, I'll send that to you, and then so I can bring it up on the browser as well. That environment is shocking. That's a Crew 2 level environment. Like, what? I just hope it's just not finished. That's the only reason. It's just not finished. I mean, they got till October, I guess. So yeah, the confirmed release date of Forza Motorsport October 10th is October 10th for Forza Motorsport 8, the first one on the new game engine. And go back to the old one. Yeah, but maybe we'll have a Sonic design moment here. They'll go, no, this is bad, and then they have to rework the whole thing. But yes, that's unfortunate for sure. It'll probably still be playable, right? It's not a terrible looking game by any means. Like, it's still a better looking game that Project Cars 2 is like objectively bad, but oh yeah. I mean, to be fair, even the Crew 2 on PC isn't terrible. But like this, I'd say this is still maybe better than the Crew 2 on PC. But yeah, it's still definitely not. It's not Horizon 5, but like Horizon. It's the fact that it's Horizon, right? Horizon 5, and then this is unfortunate. When the circuit racer is looking worse than the open world racer. I was gonna say, yeah, you do less in the circuit racer. The open world racer is where everything's gonna have to look good constantly. Like that's literally the only reason Project Cars 2 looks as good as it does is because it's a circuit racer. But how does Horizon 5 look better than Motorsport? Yep. That's unfortunate. So unfortunate. Oh dear. Well, especially when this is going to be the newer game. Horizon 5, gorgeous game. But I believe, now that we've talked about all three of the big goings-ons with the big three, obviously CarX is still pretending like they're ever going to release the game on PC. CarX Street PC will never exist. I don't think Gran Turismo's done much in a while. No, and neither has, like, what other racing games are there? I don't know. F1? What are F1 doing other than, like, adding... F1 game came out, but... did a new F1 game come out? You get Las Vegas as the new track, and... the cars handle differently. When you really think about it, like, even before EA bought F1, they were already like a FIFA with how they released like one every year. Yeah. Like, they were already a FIFA game. But, yes, from that, I suppose we can go on to the final segment of the Stick Drift podcast, the Motorsports segment, where we did wait for this. But before we can talk about the, qualifiers, was it? Because stuff went on in the, everything's happened everywhere. Yeah. I'm curious about the Lando. Was that who it was? I'm curious about this. Yeah, Lando Norris got. It was a weird. They called it unsportsmanlike behaviour. He essentially decided to go slow under safety cars because Piastri pitted in front of him. Yeah. And he was going to get held up by Piastri if he went in straight after. So he just drove slowly under safety car conditions. Which they class as It would have been a safety car infringement, is the official term for it, but they gave him unsportsmanlike behaviour. Yeah, it was 5 seconds for unsportsmanlike behaviour, is what I saw. That it's kind of funny. I assume I was gonna say I assume there's backlash, but it's an FIA decision. It sounds like there's always
No,
be
no,
backlash.
it's
Uh,
average FA decision. You get backlash no matter what. This one's no different. The
yeah.
penalty was deserved. He broke safety car rules technically,
Mm,
so it was a 5-second penalty no matter what. But they just labelled it something odd for some reason,
yeah, yeah. But
as they always do.
where did he even come in that race? Was that the only like relevant?
13th after penalties.
Apparently people really liked the race, is what I heard. I think.
It was a decent race.
Yeah, like the track was I saw someone just post the track and put like "hang it in the Louvre." Yeah.
I mean, the track's not. It's a decent track,
Mm.
but it's not great, I would say. The racing was good, but I don't think that's because of the track.
Yeah.
I think every single time, apart from, including this time, the pole sitter has won the race. The only time they didn't is because they got a penalty.
Huh. I assume Max Verstappen won. I would assume.
Of course, he's won.
Yep.
The last race he didn't win was Brazil 2022.
Oh, in motorsports news, actually, there's been a lot of goings-ons with Max Verstappen recently, where like I think it's like Lewis Hamilton fans or something, and they'll like dog on him and be like he's a basement dwelling gamer and he's a virgin who doesn't go outside. And I think he like I need the quote actually. It was a funny quote, but what do you know about all of this Max Verstappen?
He just gets called every name under the sun on Twitter, like Max for straight line speed, Max Crashtappen, like it's every name under the sun.
I want to see
in like 15 minutes.
I want to find the most recent one is what I want. But yeah, it was like he just went in on him. He was like,
I sent you one. I sent it to you. I'm pretty sure ages ago now. It is a banger image.
But I mean, sure, if he's getting dogged on that much, but it was like, hey, if it was like I don't know, I go outside. He does it. Does he have like a daughter or something? I don't know actually.
Yeah, I found it replying to any DMs.
Was this the? There we go. Let me go to this. Oh yeah, this image is so bad. What on earth are F1 Lewis Hamilton fans?
It's actually so. It was both sides, by the way. It goes both ways.
Okay, good. Whenever a Lewis Hamilton hater tries to BS you, show them these simple facts. This can't be real.
He's given Lewis Hamilton 8 world titles, right? Because I assume Abu Dhabi 22, 21 it would have been. But he's also given Max Verstappen 2, so I guess they both got that title.
Yeah. He's put an image of Max, an awkward one with like an outfit, and then he's got like a modeling image of Lewis Hamilton with like a woman around him. With the clown emoji under Max Verstappen. The guy she tells you not to worry about. Wins 38 for Max, 104 for Lewis. Podiums 77 for Max, 192 for Lewis. Championships 2 asterisks for Max and 8 for Lewis Hamilton. And accolades. This is where it gets really unhinged. I'll go Lewis Hamilton first, right? Beat one of the greatest driver double defending champ Alonso to the championship as a rookie first year, won from last on the grid, overtaking all the cars, won a race on 3 wheels. Almost all of his teammates are either champions or on the way to champion. And then Max Verstappen is human error champ, cheated 2021, 2022. His second teammate is always a bum, contractually signed to play second fiddle. He also needs a SpaceX rocket engine car to win. Life outside of F1. I'll go Lewis Hamilton first again. Runs charity organization, owns an NFL club, Broncos. I didn't actually know that. Biggest human rights activist in sports, has more social media following than Formula One itself. Friends with some of the most influential people in the world, is on course to become a self-made billionaire. Max Verstappen, not a clown emoji, lives in mum's basement playing sim games. This image can't be real. It can't.
I need to make some of these for Albon, I don't know.
Yeah. What in the bias? Like, people like this exist, right?
It would be great if it was satire, but
Yeah.
it's not.
I talk about, you know what? At least it's this, right? Like, there's culture wars. Everyone cares about a culture war nowadays. This is what culture wars feel like. Like, you could just cherry pick on either side, and then yes, you'd look right. I'm sure a Max Verstappen fan could make this exact thing for Lewis Hamilton. Like, oh, this is brilliant, though. I'm tweeting this, actually. I, to this day, cannot figure out.
I guarantee you update that image as well from last race.
Yeah, if this is satire. Cannot figure out if this is satire. Because this is amazing, actually. I need to make these for the crew and Forza. That's what I need to do. I need to do like Forza's accolades and like Unbound as well. Chuck them in, make these. And then the race yesterday, and there was some cool dominating in the qualifiers or something, right? With one of them, Albon, track dominance.
Williams, for once in their existence, made a good strategy decision. Never heard of. They decided to put Albon on the softs when it was like raining in Q2, and he managed to get a good lap in before the rain got worse. So he essentially just got P1.
Because I saw that, like, I saw a thing that was like, imagine telling someone who missed the entire race what actually happened without them believing you're lying. Which kind of cool, you know.
I mean, the Williams was like during the race, he managed to get a decent position as well. To be fair, but I can't tell how much of it was Williams had upgrades or how much of it is you just can't overtake at this track.
Yeah. Which kind of cool, I guess. Williams, number one team, clearly. This is why I've been saying Williams will win. Who did I say? Actually, no, I said AlphaTauri would win this season.
AlphaTauri actually last now because Williams got points.
Oh, are they? Oh, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate.
Being behind Williams in 2023.
I might have accurately predicted bottom three, which is
who were your three? Alfa Romeo, Williams.
And AlphaTauri is what it would have been, I would assume.
I actually think you have the bottom three.
Yes. Because
I'm actually almost certain you put the bottom three.
It was something like
2022.
that. Because I basically just did it on what liveries I liked.
No, you're 1 point. I score 1 point. And it's Alfa Romeo, Williams, AlphaTauri.
Oh, there you go. I was close, though. I was close. God damn it. Oh, well. But, yes.
Predict Red Bull, Aston Martin, Mercedes next year.
Yeah. What else was there in the goings-on of the motorsports world?
De Vries, as per usual, and just took Magnussen with him, I think it was, or was it Hulkenberg?
This is MotoGP?
F1 still. This is still the same F1 race.
Yeah.
Verstappen executed a bird that got stuck in his brake ducts. George Russell obliterated the wall and ended his race.
Oh.
And Aston Martin were having brake overheating issues, so they couldn't really do much. But MotoGP, there's nothing interesting to talk about apart from Marc Marquez has had a weekend to forget.
Yeah.
Like, I sent you that video of him actually just ripping the other guy's bike in half, which, sure.
So what you said was he like 3 times or like 5 times or something,
5 times out? Before the race.
Yeah.
Crashed.
Before the race, 5 times he crashed. And then just didn't show up to the race because of it.
He didn't show up to the race. I think he just had enough. Like, he broke his thumb in the last
track?
one.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, so I assume he was just like, yeah, this track is not working for me. I'm not bothered.
The bike. I sent it. It was a banger image, to be fair. Where is it? These are the results of the Honda riders so far this year.
Yeah. We have
the grayed out ones either didn't even show up or below 20th. They've had 1/16, under 111 out of all four
Yeah.
riders.
What is DNS? Did not start.
Did not start, so they did qualifying, but didn't start the race.
Yeah. Honda are clearly
Like, that bike is unrideable.
Yeah.
First race of the season, they had four like completely different chassis and everything. They're just praying one works. None of them did. Like in his crash, I'll dig it up quickly. Yeah, here it is. Can I copy the link? Yes. Like you can just run keyboard. You can see how it just kind of gives up.
Right.
Like he's not even. He just leading. It just gives up.
So what is that? So I assume they're like it's like F1, right? Like each bike is made individually. It's not like they're all the same bike.
Yeah, they're all individual. Yeah.
And he just wait. So what happens here? So he's wait. What does happen there? Wait.
It just gives up. That's
What?
the Honda this season has zero front end.
But did he lose balance, or like why does the thing just fall to the side?
It just lost grip. The front tire just.
Oh, he slid out. Oh, I guess yeah. So like what he's turning, and the tires were like too much outwards force, I assume, and then just what he got like yoinked.
Well, the bike has no. The geometry is trash. It just has no feel through the handlebars.
Oh, poor guy. Poor purple guy, man.
Yeah.
His bike gets ripped to shreds.
Actually, a miracle he didn't get injured from that.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. He's just going around the turn as is, and just the bike, like the wheels above his head at one point. Like, oh, poor him. Jay Zarko.
Johan Zarko, yeah. But the bike has every single crash on that bike is the exact same. It's literally textbook.
Yeah.
Going around the corner, and for what looks like no reason, the front will just slide.
Is this the guy who was dive bombing? Is this the same guy who was...
Yeah, it's the guy who dive bombed.
Yeah,
the other guy.
What, so he's always like... And did you say that was because he was like a guy who wins all the time, and now he's just got like a really bad bike?
Almost he's second most decorated MotoGP person ever.
Oh.
He's won championship off equaling Valentino Rossi. So.
Yeah.
He's got his own Wonder Stuff flavour.
But I guess now he's what's it called? Now he's got a bad bike, so
yeah,
rip him, I guess.
Ducati would never if he asked Ducati for a ride, they would never decline him. I guarantee it.
I need my own flavor of an energy drink. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I need. Kura has I guess this is technically kind of motorsports. Kura has got signed to the official Williams esports team.
The Williams esports team, is sure it's great, but
it's the fact it's Williams.
They have nothing but controversy. So.
Oh, do they? Oh no.
Yeah. They like to bend the rules to a point where, is it cheating?
But it's this guy. He's the one who does the like he did the crew. He plays the old school racing games, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Cool guy. He commented on a video once because it was Unbound. He was using the like really meta Unbound. And the Crew Motorfest and Need for Speed Unbound Volume 3 preview. Don't tell me, did he do the same in one video? Oh no, he's just watching the thing for them. But yeah. He was using like the meta Regera strat, and I did a video where I drove the Regera, and he commented on that, which is cool. But yeah, he's done stuff on the crew too. Cool guy. As far as I enjoy his videos, I've been in his streams before. Yeah, he got signed to the Williams esports team, which I just of all the sign me to the AlphaTauri esports team. That's what I want.
If they have one, I've never heard of them before. So.
What are the official F1 esports teams? What are those F1 esports?
Alpine has one. I know that.
Do they actually do anything? Do they compete?
No.
Oh, so they're just for look the future. Look. Esports.
I know the Williams, the Indy 500, and they cheated.
So we got Alpine, we got Alfa Romeo, we got Aston Martin, Haas. What I don't know. I actually can't read that name. Mercedes, Red Bull, AlphaTauri, yes!
Oh, I assume they will have one to compete in the F1 Championship Series thing.
Williams and Ferrari. I can't imagine, like, compared to F1, I can't imagine the budget for this is needed to be very high. So, I imagine it's a fraction of a fraction. I love how the only thing on all of these is the highest number here is 3. It's just 3 wins is the highest number. And the rest of it is all like...
they don't do anything. Like,
How long has this existed for?
Pandemic, I'm pretty sure, since
that
2019.
makes sense, I guess, yeah. I don't know, yeah, sign me on as the official liaison or whatever for AlphaTauri. I'd do that. Let me do it.
Don't know how much longer AlphaTauri are going to be around. But...
I'm surprised we haven't gotten AlphaTauris in the crew, considering we have the Red Bull license, right? I'd assume they're the same. I guess no one cares.
Red Bull were first, and AlphaTauri are actually dead last in the championship. I think they want to forget they exist.
Yeah, I guess. But they've got the license, so I guess it would be cool to have more than just Red Bull in the crew. Is why.
Williams
give
would
us
be better.
Give us like Williams, Haas, give us those ones only. Screw Mercedes. We don't need the Mercedes license. It depends whose ones are wrapped up in the actual official F1 licensing, I guess. It seems like Red Bull's the only smart ones who actually lock it up in their own license instead of handing it to F1. But if there's nothing else going on in the world of motorsports, I guess that is it for this episode of the Stick Drift Podcast. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you boys next week in a bit.